It has been 1 week since catastrophic flooding changed the lives and the land of the Texas Hill Country. Today, President Donald Trump and the First Lady are headed to the epicenter, the city of Kilgore, to speak with leaders and the community as the death toll has risen to more than 120 people now. More than 170 are still unaccounted for. CBS's Jared Hill has the latest.
Combing through every inch of Texas's flash flood alley, it's still all hands on deck as more than 2,000 search and rescue crews try to find any of the people still missing after last week's disaster.
I think that everyone who lives here knows somebody who has been affected.
Alden Towler rode out the flood in his attic with his mom, a neighbor, and her 1-year-old daughter.
Having a 1-year-old infant in your arms, as a mom, I just can't even imagine what she was going through.
During a walk along the banks of the Guadalupe River, University of Texas climatologist Jay Banner explained the area's natural risks.
The warm, moist air mass is rising due to the topography of the steep walled valleys, funneling this water very quickly.
He says that should be a part of the equation when thinking about future development. Satellite images show Camp Mystic, where there were more than 700 children reshaped by floodwaters. Since 2016, the camp has built at least 7 structures in or near the flood risk area outlined by FEMA flood maps. In 2020, the county adopted rules to limit new builds in floodways to make sure structures could survive a flood. In Kerrville, a growing memorial for the growing number who didn't survive.
I think it's important to give people a place where they can pay their respects.
President Donald Trump and the First Lady are expected to be among them later today, touring the damage from this devastating disaster. Jared Hill, CBS News.
And around the Lone Star State, people are also tying those green ribbons around trees to honor the people who have died in the floods, including more than 20 children and counselors from Camp Mystic. The color green is associated with the all-girls Christian camp, and we've also seen that across East Texas. Well, an East Texas faith-based ministry is stepping up to help flood victims in the Hill Country. Based in Tyler, the Christian nonprofit Crisis Response Ministry has 8 to 12 trained responders in Kerrville after devastating flooding impacted that region. The group offers emotional and spiritual care to those impacted by crime, disasters, and life crises.
And so anytime upheavals of this magnitude take place, we know that immediately there are spiritual, emotional, mental health related injuries that take place. We try to move in and mitigate the extent of the damage, the injury that is done, and then begin the immediate steps of helping individuals to grieve and to heal and to mitigate through the process of healing.
The nonprofit was deployed by the Texas Department of Emergency Management and will continue their efforts to assist in the Hill Country for another week and a half. Well, if you're looking for another way to help out, you can scan the QR code on your screen. It'll take you to the Tegna Texas Flood Relief Fund, where you can make a donation. At last check, you all raised more than $224,000. We thank you so much for your giving. Well, after those deadly floods swept through the Hill Country, camps across East Texas are still feeling the emotional impact. Local camps are addressing safety concerns and offering reassurance to parents. The tragedy has left many parents anxious about the future of camp safety.
So I know how hard it is on parents and families, but also in camps that want so badly to offer these kids the time of their life. If you have concerns or if you have hesitation in sending your children on to summer camp, then call the directors. I am sure now more than ever, they have prepared their staff to tell you, to show you their policies and procedures.
Of course, that was from Camp Tyler. Camps in Texas are required to follow the Texas Youth Safety Act, and many like Camp Tyler are also meeting the national standards set by the American Camp Association. Well, the flooding in Central Texas has led millions of dollars in donations, but the Better Business Bureau says not all of it will get into the intended victims' hands.
Just a reminder, unfortunately, whenever we have any kind of tragedy, there will be dishonest organizations, dishonest people out there trying to take advantage of your good-naturedness. So do your research.
Michelle Mills, the president and CEO of the Better Business Bureau serving Central East Texas, says if you want to donate to the relief effort, you need to make sure you're donating to a legitimate organization. She suggests that you go to give.org to find someone soliciting donations is credible. The site also has a list of charities actually helping those flood victims.
For a tragedy like this one, you want to work with organizations who have a history of working with these types of situations because they're well equipped. They already know what to do. They have systems in place. They're not having to learn how to do anything.
Mills says be careful when dealing with crowdsourcing sites because some of it is well intended and some of it is not. 6:38 now. Two East Texas parents are